Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! This is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you in the month of December, since it is Christmas time and the holiday time, about A Charlie Brown Christmas. The instant classic. One of my all-time favorites. It might be outdated. It might have came out back in the 1965, but who cares? It's an instant classic. They play it every year for Christmas. It's just one of those good time feel type of like movies, and it's short, so it's only like what, 25, 26 minutes, something like that. So like, of course, it stars everybody's favorite dopey person, Charlie Brown, the one person who just never gets any kind of respect, and everybody just seems to hate him, and sadly he knows that. It's so sad. Charlie Brown, he's so sad. He's so sad. And it's just like, even on Christmas time, like nobody is like respecting him except for one person, oddly, the person who always picks on him the most. So like, it's Christmas time, everybody's decorating and stuff, and Charlie Brown's a little down in the dumps. Why? Because nobody sent him a Christmas card yet. He keeps checking the mailbox and nothing's in there. He passes some girl and he gives her a little bit of that sarcasm wit of his and stuff, and he tells her straight up, thanks for the Christmas card and everything. And she's all like, I didn't send you one, Charlie Brown. He's all like, I guess you don't know what sarcasm is. Respect. Yeah, respect his smart mouthness and stuff. And oddly enough, Snoopy is like chomping down on bones, like literally chomping down on bones like they're cookies. Oh, and so pretty much he's just like moping around and being sad because he's so sad and stuff. And then they're at the skating rink and Snoopy's being his kooky crazy self and like taking all the kids by the hand and just like skating around like insanely crazy and stuff. And even though the animation is crude, it's just gotta gotta roll with it, you know what I'm saying? It's old school animation, but it still works to this day. Like, it doesn't necessarily hold up, but it holds up in terms of enjoyment, you know what I'm saying? And so he talks to Linus and everything, 'cause that's his best friend in the whole wide world, and they're at that little wall that they always sit on, or stand near, and Charlie Brown just mopes about his problems and stuff. And then something happens. Lucy comes up and she's doing like she has her little stand because she's like a doctor or whatever, and she gives like advice. And so he goes over there, and before he can even give her some advice, she wants that money. She wants that 5 cents. And so like, she's actually helping him for the first time, and it's like shocking. There's no football gag where she pulls it from him, nothing like that. She's like legit helping him. She's trying to find out what his problem is. So she names a list of phobias, and then she finally names the one that suits him. He's scared of everything. Now, I can't remember what the phobia name is, but it's a phobia. And so he realizes he's scared of everything, right? Because he's like, the thing about him, he fails at life all the time. But no matter how much he fails and he's grumpy about it, the next day he has another like spring in his step, and he's ready to like conquer like anything and stuff. So oddly enough, she gives him the biggest encouragement ever. She wants him to direct the Christmas play thing, and he's ecstatic. Ooh, I heard a siren. And so he's like ecstatic, you know what I'm saying? Because like, nobody's ever given him this much responsibility, but he's scared because he's scared of everything. And she just tells him like, you can do it and stuff like that. So when he does it, of course he micromanages because the power goes to his head. And there's some nice like things that go on in this like episode movie thing where like the kids are dancing. I love it when they dance and stuff. You have Schrodinger, he's like playing the piano like always. And it's a funny little bit where Lucy's all like, won't you play me Jingle Bell? So he plays Jingle Bell. She's like, no, I mean Jingle Bell. So he plays it a different way. And she's like, no, I mean Jingle Bell. And he's getting pissed. It's kind of like, what is her thing? Because he's playing it by all these different ways. And he finally finds a way that like she likes it and crap, And so, like, when the play is getting too much for him, Lucy can see that, and she tells him she'll handle the play, and he just go gets the Christmas tree. Even he can't screw that up, but he does. He takes Linus, and they notice because like Lucy tells him like the meaning of Christmas is consumerism, buying stuff. That's all it is. So when he goes there to get the tree, like, ironically, there's no real life trees there. There's nothing but plastic and aluminum. But he finds an actual real tree. Only problem is, it's a teeny tiny scraggly tree that's missing a bunch of his branches and stuff. And he looks at it and he's all like, this is perfect. And the symbolism is that tree represents him. Like, it's like the most worthless tree in like the entire thing, and nobody wants it. And that's kind of how he is. People look at him as a worthless person and nobody wants him. And he sees himself in that tree. Linus tells him straight up, people are gonna be pissed if you bring that thing back. But he's like, nah, they'll love it. Well, they don't love it. And they hate it big time. And so they get on to him. He's all like, I failed again. So then, like, somebody was talking about like the meaning of Christmas and what it is and stuff like that. And Linus decides he's going to tell everybody what the meaning of Christmas is. He said it's not about consumerism. And then he gives a pretty powerful speech about the birth of Jesus Christ and how he was the savior. That the three wise men had to go like find in that like North Star and stuff like that. And then it makes them stop being, it makes all the other kids stop being little buttheads and everything. And Charlie Brown said, you know what? I like my tree and I'm going to keep it. So he leaves. And then eventually they will follow him, and then he takes it and he puts it near like Snoopy's like doghouse. He puts an ornament on it, but because it's so weak and scraggly, it falls over. So he's sad and depressed. But then here comes all the kids, shockingly. They take all the decorations off Snoopy's doghouse and they put it on the tree. Somehow the tree morphed into like a real tree with actual more leaves. I don't understand that. And then they sing, like, woo, like, stuff like that. And somehow they like save like Charlie Brown's like spirits and hopes and everything, because his tree is now like a beautiful looking tree. I still don't understand how it morphed, but like whatever, and it's sad that Charlie Brown feels the way he does, but there's lots of people who feel that way, and that's why it's always good to have somebody like make you feel happy, like bring up your spirits, you know what I'm saying, and like cheer you up when you're down. That's what friends are for, and that's what Linus is for. That's his best friend. That's why we have best friends in this world, That's why we listen to each other's problems when we have them, and we give people advice, they don't always take it. And then they come back years later when you stop being friends with them, and you're like, oh, I should have listened to you. I'm like, well, duh. And stuff. Just like Linus said in his little speech, Christmas is more than about receiving gifts and stuff like that. It's about togetherness and being happy and worship and fellowship of all mankind and respecting people. Bah humbug, that was a good episode. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.